But Abidjan's bus station, Ines Barbi, is getting out of town.
With the elections approaching, we don't know what is going to happen, so we're scared. We decided to get out.
She's not the only one. Residents in Ivory Coast's capital are stocking up on provisions and sending relatives to hinterland villages ahead of Saturday's contentious presidential election. They remember the brief post-electoral conflict of a decade ago that took more than 3,000 lives. And in recent weeks, they've seen violence flaring on the streets. Many Ivorians had hoped 2020 would bring an end to a cycle of electoral bloodshed via a peaceful transfer of power from President Alassane Ouattara. But when his chosen successor unexpectedly died, Ouattara announced he would stand for a third term that the opposition says is unconstitutional. They've urged voters to block Ouattara's third term by any legal means and have called for civil disobedience and a boycott.
We don't want a third mandate. 3 is too much. Alassane, free up the country. We want peace in Ivory Coast.
Ouattara has responded that his opponents are not man enough to face him at the ballot box. Since his decision to stand, nearly 30 people have died in protests and clashes between rival supporters. His two main challengers are veterans of the many crises Ivory Coast has faced since the 1990s. Former Prime Ministers Henri Conan-Bedi and Pascal Affi N'Guessan. That's prompted some, such as voter Fabrice Ak, to call for a fresh generation of leaders. But with his two main challengers boycotting the poll, Ouattara's third term seems certain. What is less clear is just about everything else. Experts say they do not expect an all-out war as seen in 2010 and 2011, as there do not appear to be significant splits in the security forces this time. But they do warn of a potentially protracted standoff marked by protests, strikes and ethnic violence that would make it difficult for Ouattara to govern, weigh on the economy of the world's top cocoa producer and put lives at risk.